Is there a glitch in the matrix? Are you experiencing strange things out there? Maybe loss of time or gaining time, things showing up, knowing things in advance. I've had a few of those stories, I'll share them with you. Yes, I'm going to explain what the glitch in the matrix is, why it's happening, why it's going to happen more. And I'm not going to just do frou-frou stuff here. I'm going to use science to talk to you about why you may be experiencing the glitch in the matrix. It's very good news. You ready? Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through the fears and live an amazing life. Now, fear. Why do I help you break through fear? We don't battle anything. We don't struggle against it because we actually give it more attention and we say, I don't want fear, so you're fearing fear. I don't want to feel this way. I'm gonna, how do I get rid of it? I teach you, if you guys have come over, and I have free videos down there, Manifest Anything. I teach you how to move past it and use it because it has a purpose. So when you fear what's happening here, you're actually telling yourself a story about what's happening, that it's not right, they should be acting the way I want them to, I don't like the world. In other words, your ego is totally in control. And as long as the ego's in control, the world will never behave the way you personally think it should. People should act and behave the way, how boring would it be if everybody acted and behaved and looked the way you think they should? So when we come out of fear, we go into a higher frequency, and it's called acceptance, compassion, love, all the good things that set you free. Now, what's happening right now? A lot of that's happening right now. What's the Matrix? The Matrix is not a bad thing. The Matrix is a very cool movie. What we're in is a holographic universe that is created. It's all illusion, so that the one source of which every creation, including us, is experiencing seemingly individual adventures. Why? To know contrast, to know itself. You cannot know true love until you know pain or loss, right? Then you know that you had that love, truly. And this is how it works. We're in the lowest density of that holographic program that plays out in different planets and in the space that we see out here that appears to be empty. All of this is an illusion, even the higher beings, because there's more and more and more levels above them. So we're not going to go into that right now. We're going to talk about our program. So we agreed to come into an experience, and that is what we humans refer to as the Matrix. But because we're so fearful and self-limiting, we say it's a bad thing. We act like we're in a prison, that somebody or something put us in here, and it didn't. When you realize that you alone create your own reality as an individual, and then of course we participate as a collective because we are one, and that's so important, getting more and more important now, right? You realize then that, wait a second, we created this, we agreed to participate in it, and everything I'm experiencing is a part of what I wanted to experience and to overcome. In other words, the game, right? The Pac-Man game, you know, you don't stop the first time you get eaten by a Pac-Man, right? You get back in the game and you go, I'm going to get past this one. I'm going to go this way instead. And you go, yay. And then, and this is how it works. And you keep going and going until bing, 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 bing. And how great does it feel to get your name on the board as the high scorer in Pac-Man? That's how it works. And that's what we're doing. Now, the program is, of course, a quantum field. In other words, it is absolutely source that has created all this, which is you. And as a creator, you're not separate from source. You are the mind of source. We've forgotten that so that we could experience density. But now we're experiencing knowing that we are that. So here's what happens to the program. The program was set in stone for us, and we were going along and playing all the games and battles, and here's how we get rid of evil, we kill it, you know. And now we're realizing none of that works, and that love is love, and that peace is really the only answer, and that no one can actually destroy you or harm you, and that whatever you experience here, every thought and action is so important. So what's that glitch? We're going into the space of knowing what we are. So the program is no longer functioning the way that we projected it to function. Okay, does this make sense? Now think about this. The more we go into a high frequency, the more we go beyond the constraints that we created for ourselves. Therefore, time never existed in the first place. So you will find, this will make sense, you will find that time is now doing strange things, past, present, and future. Because you, the light being that came into the body to play the dense, restricted, limited person, individual, is now connecting into the field where you can see past, present, future, all probabilities. And so now, the more we connect, especially as a collective, to that, the more it will stop functioning, well, I shouldn't say properly, we're fueling it. The more it will break down the things that have restricted us that we put into place. Is this mind-blowing? This is what I believe. And it goes along with quantum physics. So if we created all of this, and we created the rules, and the more dense we were, the more restrictive the rules were, and the more we thought we were separate, the more we were in the low density, and that's time and separation and all those things. We're going outside of that. So now time doesn't even make sense half the time. And so my friend Deb, thank you. I shared this in another video. She told her husband a week before Betty White, a very famous actress here in the United States, died. She told her husband, wow, Betty White died. And didn't remember where she saw that. Because I said, where did you see that? And then a week later, Betty White dies, and she realized, oh my gosh. All right, so you remember the Mandela Effect? People thought that Nelson Mandela died, and people remember all of this. I mean, lots of people remember Mandela dying. And then he got released from prison. We went, wait a minute, he died like a long time ago, and everyone was so sure that he died. And this is the kind of stuff that happens more and more because we're shifting into different realities. So you will experience multiple realities. So Deb experienced something that already happened because time's starting to basically dissolve in some respects. It's not going to totally go away till the whole planet gets in check. This is fun stuff. Things are going to appear that you've lost. You guys remember me having stuff show up? I had so many insane things happening where a cell phone that I ripped the place apart looking for appears in the middle of the floor, all right? A pen that I'd looked for months, my favorite pen, I line them up next to my computer, right? In a row. They can't roll anyplace. They're right here. And I'm like anal about that. Pen's missing. First of all, where'd the pen go? I don't take it in my purse. I don't do anything because that's an expensive pen. I take the cheapies in my purse. It's gone. All right. So I finally let it go. I ripped everything apart, right? I must have put it down somewhere. Never shows up. But then a couple months later, I thought, gosh, I wonder where, just out of the blue, I wonder where that pen is. I know it's got to be in the house because I never take it out of the house. Went to the kitchen, came back. I'm not making this up. It's sitting in alignment with the other pens next to my computer. You know, one of those moments where you sit and stare at it and you go, okay, I'm losing it? And I realized, no, this is happening. This is starting to happen way too many times for this to be just me losing it. You're not losing it. So the glitch isn't, we say a glitch as if something's going wrong. It's not going wrong because the universe doesn't go wrong. There's no chaos. There are no coincidences. There's nothing that happens that was not purposefully driven by some mind. It's either a collective or yours, and when things go wrong in your life, it's your message to the universe that always says yes. Did you see my video? It always says yes. That somehow you must clear this up. So take the challenge on and say, okay, I continually struggle with money, or I continually struggle with relationships, or whatever it is, and say, I'm still behaving in that manner. I must still be thinking because I'm driving that directive into the universe that's giving me exactly, yes, what you're thinking. So what must I do? So learn from that. It's a teaching. And say, okay, I must change the patterns, break the habits. Have you ever seen Joe Dispenza? Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Excellent book. You might glaze over because he goes into science. And that's really rewiring the habits that you've created that keep giving the same directives into the field. So the glitch is really a directive that collective consciousness is placing out there, that we are unlimited and that we're taking responsibility for our manifestations. And so we realize time doesn't really exist either, and that I am unlimited. And if you, in my miracle circle, my monthly miracle circle, we go into that space. We go into the space where all things are possible. We project our light out around the planet, and we send our wishes into the circle, and we have people literally having miracles happen. You guys don't know how many times I get emails, and sometimes I share it, sometimes I don't. People with abundance, relationships, a call out of the blue, healing, all kinds of things. We don't infringe on free will. So always remember, the ego wants to infringe on free will. I want this to go away. So when I talked about all of us seeing the illness out there, just going to sleep, we're not trying to make it go away because it has a purpose. We created it. Right? We're creating separation with all of these things. We've been ill, and we have a planet that's polluted. Of course we're going to get ill, right? At some point the message is clean up your act. So as we go into the high frequency, we can go ahead and say, let's go to sleep. It's trying to survive too, right? What you think might be bad, a snake or a bear or wolf that attacks you, is just trying to survive. And it's part of God's creation. It's part of God's creation. You could say it's man's creation, but man and woman are God's creation. No separation anymore, people. So if you come back in your comments and say, yeah, that's great, but no, you know there's no buts on my channel. No buts. Shut your pie hole. Because we're in a spiritual butt kick right now. I'm working on my book. I'm still working on my book. Your spiritual butt kick. It's like a evolving. I call the tipping point what we're going through right now, and that is we're going into a different space of time and reality. You get to choose yours. The new earth is what we create here. And then you'll find yourself going beyond the constraints of your body and tapping into the quantum field where all answers, inspiration, ideas flow, and it will freaking blow your mind what starts to happen. But you got to go in that space and let go of the worry. And don't fight the worry. Just say, oh, there's that old habit again. There it is. Okay. Bless you. You served a purpose. You protected me. But I don't need protection because now I know that with my thought, that I now create something amazing. And I'm not afraid anymore because I can never be destroyed. I always was. And I'm going to go after something amazing, but I need to master this Pac-Man game. And that glitch is going to finally open up, and we're going to go into another game, another program, and it's going to be more powerful. And it's going to be still here on Earth because this is a beautiful place. We could create heaven on earth, and that program exists. So do you want to switch over? You want to master this game and go into heaven on earth where we give? Look around your home. How many things do you have in your house? I have stacks of things out on my porch right now, and I have people coming to get free stuff. Towels and blankets and pillows and extension cords and paper shredders and a lot of things I don't need and some things I love. You know, I've got furniture and designer lamps and stuff going out. That doesn't make me a great person. It just makes me a giving person. And all of you have that in you. There are things in your home that you don't need. Package them up, put them online for your neighborhood and say, who wants this? They'll come pick it up. Because those are people that, and you know what? And let it go. Whatever they do with it, let it go. All right? Whatever you give, don't judge how it's being used. That's another thing of the ego. This is amazing stuff. Start to clean up the planet, clean up you know, go to, I've got, if you go, actually I'll put it in the description. If you guys go to Manifest Anything, I'm going to change that again this year. Get ready. I have a new big program coming up. I have 2 clinical psychologists that go into the quantum field that are going to team up with me. I've got some other good coaches coming on board, and we've got big programs, and I'm going to guide you into some amazing places to break through everything, everything. And then we'll create businesses. This is the training I went through. Go create. This is a free video series. What are you afraid of? You have to learn something? Yeah, big whoop. Break the habits. Quit looking for something out there that you already possess. Just know it. Say, okay, I don't have to have the answers. Create free business videos, and then if you want to join, join. If it's not for you, don't. If you don't want to invest in yourself, don't. Go buy a big screen TV instead. It's up to you. Not going to judge you. But I know one thing. It feels really good to go into this space, and 2022 is amazing. Is amazing, right? It's your choice. I hope you enjoyed this video. We're changing the program. But not everyone will go into that program. But you can. You can start today. All right? 3 seconds to manifest anything. I hope you saw that video. That's a really powerful one. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful. Please subscribe and please share these. Empower people. If you think somebody would like this video, please send it to them. And don't push it on people who don't want it. If they don't watch it, that's fine. You're whole and perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. I am so blessed to have you in my life. I am so blessed. And I'm so absolutely proud of all of you who write me and say you've changed your life. And that all I did was give you the tools, and I know you're watching other amazing teachers out there. Thank you for allowing me to do amazing things in my life by allowing you to find your own power, because there's nothing you can't do. It's up to you. Namaste.